3 on your side. WLBT News starts now.
The Canton voter fraud cases were talked about for months before the first round of indictments in December of last year. 15 indictments, 25 counts, most of them against Courtney Rainey, the city's director of human and cultural needs and a member of the school board. More indictments in February. Again, Courtney Rainey faces multiple charges. It started with the 2017 Canton municipal elections, and almost no one seems surprised. 3 on Your Side investigates corruption in Canton. The Madison County District Attorney's Office began an investigation into the 2017 municipal elections after receiving a massive number of complaints from Canton citizens.
It's clear to see that it wasn't fair. The election wasn't fair. I wouldn't say I lost because of it, but if everything would have went the way it's supposed to, it would have turned out a little different.
Andrew Grant won in Ward 7 and is now facing indictments for voter fraud and conspiracy to commit voter fraud. Grant was in court Monday along with 3 others for a status hearing. Grant is listed as a co-defendant on indictments issued in February along with Courtney Rainey. Rainey, who is now running for Justice Court Judge, faces multiple counts. Rainey was served with 7 indictments in December, with over a dozen counts against her. She was also in court Monday. Both face a deadline of Friday if they choose to plead guilty in the case.
My client's at this point, she's wanting to fight these charges. She doesn't believe that they have validity.
A total of 9 people have been charged so far in the voter fraud scandal. The charges include exchanging everything from Walmart gift cards to money for votes. Rainey is also accused of intimidating a witness. 2 members of the Canton Board of Aldermen, Vicki McNeil, who is also a former police chief, and Andrew Grant have been indicted. Desmond King, a deputy city clerk, Rainey, who sits on the Canton School Board, is director of human and cultural needs. Valerie Smith, a retired city clerk, and Carrie Johnson, a former fire chief, have all been indicted. We asked Canton's mayor what this means for the city, especially if there are convictions in the case.
We have sort of moved on, and we are not at the stoplight. We're not at the stop sign. We're just simply moving forward.
Many voters have asked how Rainey can run for Justice Court Judge. She can because she's only been accused, not convicted of a crime. Though the trials are not set to begin until April, Mayor Truly says he's often asked about the case and his city.
Yes, I was surprised that there were so many people involved that I know, and not just know, but who are friends of mine that, I've chatted, interacted with them, asked them for their ideas.
Voters are watching what happens next anxiously, and there are also questions on whether this is the end or just the beginning of the investigation.
It's not over. There's a reasonableness that other indictments will come. I don't know that, I just feel that, and so we just have to wait.
Many of the charges in the voter fraud case involve absentee ballots. Several of those indicted claim to be duly and qualified voters when they were not eligible to vote, like Sherman Matlock, who was convicted of manslaughter in 1993. Donnell Robinson is charged with claiming to be a qualified voter on an absentee ballot application form. He was convicted of receiving stolen goods in April 1995. He was also sentenced to 15 years for 2 counts of grand larceny and 1 count of house burglary. According to his indictment, Robinson voted in the Ward 7 election. The question is why, a question no one wanted to answer on camera. In spite of the controversy, Mayor Truly says he can only try to move the city forward and concentrate on finding more jobs, improving education, and providing more opportunities for the citizens of Canton.
I cannot say to you today who's going to spend time in prison, who's not going to spend time in prison, because that's a legal matter. And I cannot predict the outcome of any of these indictments
Jennifer Robinson is also charged with voter fraud. She's accused of voting in Ward 7, though she did not live in an area that allowed her to cast a ballot in that race. And that is not the only investigation that could impact Canton city government. Daphne Sims, another member of the Board of Aldermen, who is a Canton teacher, has been under investigation by the State Department of Education for an alleged altercation with a middle school student. Just today, 3 on Your Side has learned, based on the report submitted by the Canton Public School District about Sims, the MDE Internal Review Committee will make its final determination on this case at its April meeting. We will keep you posted on the outcome.
We have breaking news tonight.